Good morning, Standard 10 students. I'm Saraswati teacher here. Hope you all are ready for the class. Watched the previous modules, and this is the second part of this chapter, that is factors leading to the growth of nationalism and foundation of the Indian National Congress. Children, today we are going to learn economic exploitation, repressive colonial policies, influence of Western education, role of press and literature. So let's start with the economic exploitation. The first point is the peasants suffering. The zamindari system. In this, the peasants were left absolutely at the mercy of the landlord. They could drive them off their land at any time. The royatwari system, here the Indian peasants had to sell their produce at cheap prices in order to satisfy the greed of the moneylender. The zamindars and the government officials. This was also no less harsh than zamindari system. So there was increase in indebtedness of the Indian peasants under the British rule. Next is the economic exploitation. Export cash crops like indigo, opium, jute and tea became serious rivals of food crops. In the second half of the 19th century, a series of famines occurred in many parts of India like UP, Bihar, Bengal and Odisha, which took lots of lives. Handicrafts stagnated. Heavy duties were imposed on goods imported into England from India. British goods were forced from India since she was at the mercy of her foreign masters. The policy of free trade was responsible for the destruction of our crafts and trades. Dissatisfied educated youths. The educated young men in India were becoming increasingly dissatisfied with the government because better jobs were kept out of their reach. Surendranath Banerjee, an ICS official, he was dismissed from the service on superficial grounds. Government ignored people's welfare. Burden of taxes were constantly on the increase, but the government did very little to promote the welfare of the people. Huge expenditure was incurred on army. All military operations demanded a sharp increase in military budget, and it increased from 200 million to 300 million rupees. Insufficient attention was being paid to raising the living standards of the people. Repressive colonial policies. Lord Lytton, who was the Viceroy of India, his repressive policies and deeds intensified discontentment in the country. Age limit of civil service. The maximum age limit of the civil services was reduced from 21 to 19. This was calculated to ruin prospectus of Indian candidates for the Indian civil service. He is Lord Lytton. The second repressive policy by Lord Lytton was the Imperial Darbar. The Imperial Darbar in Delhi added insult to injury, for it was held at a time when millions of South India were affected by a terrible famine. The vernacular papers reacted sharply against this act of callous irresponsibility. We'll also read about the Vernacular Press Act and the Indian Arms Act. Now, this repressive policy tried to silence opposition by enacting Vernacular and Arms Act. The press regulations. The Vernacular Press Act crushed the freedom of the vernacular papers. The act required the editors to publish nothing that would excite disaffection against the government. Those who opposed were being sent to jail. The Indian Arms Act made it a criminal offense for Indians to keep or bear arms without license. Surendranath Banerjee said that the act imposed on us a badge of racial inferiority. Influence of the Western education. The foreign rulers had imposed their language on the Indians for the sake of their own facilities. Western education instilled in the minds of the educated classes the Western ideas of liberty and equality. It also gave them common language to understand each other and plan a common program of action. So let us go through the questions related to today's topic. Give any 4 evidences to suggest that the British pursued the policy of economic exploitation in India. It's given in page number 114 and you can see in the today's slide also. Give 2 reasons why the Indian handicrafts declined during the British rule. Mention any 3 evidences to suggest that the British pursued the repressive colonial policies. And then you merge the question number 17 and 18. Thank you.